Your diabetes is not under control. You're taking 14 or 15 tablets. When we don't remember our meals, when we don't have a food diary, when we don't have a CGM, we are eating to fulfill our belly needs, not our biochemistry requirement. Oh man, 1 meal a day. Now this can only be done with medical nutrition therapy. 57% of these individuals remain undiagnosed, which means diabetics is a silent killer. So here are some quick tips to help you manage your diabetes. 1, definitely increase your fiber intake. Adding more fiber in your diet is really effective in managing diabetes because the fiber slows down, or it actually hugs the sugar in that food and doesn't prevent its rapid release into the blood. The foods that you include with rich fiber are vegetables, fruits, whole grains and legumes. You knew this, I knew this. Vegetables such as broccoli, spinach, carrots, fruits like apple, berries and pears are my favorite. In the whole grains, oats is known to lower blood sugar levels, quinoa, brown rice and legumes with things like beans, lentils, chickpeas. Chickpeas are amazing to contribute in terms of holding your sugar spike. And all of these have high fiber, which significantly will improve your blood glucose levels and your overall digestive health. If you don't believe me, slap on a CGM and check it out when you take fiber in your diet and watch your sugar spike come down. Another thing you can do is choose whole foods. Now, what are these whole foods? Whole foods is basically you reduce the processed foods, because whole foods is what comes in from nature, and when you have more whole foods, they're typically free from added sugar. They're typically free from unhealthy fats and added artificial additives. And all of these, including your diet-aerated beverages, have a significant impact on your blood sugar levels, even if they're 0 calorie, because of these additives, preservatives and all the junk in it. So you can improve your health by opting for fresh produce, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, and ensure they're not in a plastic packet or package, because then it has the pitfall of being highly processed. Now, another tip, healthy fats into your diets. This can also aid in the management of diabetes. Now, the unsaturated fats such as avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil, even coconut oil, in my opinion, do not only provide the essential fatty acids, but they're also known to improve heart health and reduce inflammation. Now, I'm not saying take too much of fats. I'm saying carefully balance with medical nutrition. You need to avoid trans fat, heated fats, microwave fats, fried fats, commercially baked goods. That limits the saturated fat, which are processed in the form of cooking. And these are sometimes also present in fatty cuts of meat and full fat dairy products. In fact, I recommend that you focus on incorporating fats that support your metabolic health and overall well-being. This for me has been a challenging topic in terms of fats, because whenever people come to me in the nutrition clinic, they say, Ryan Fernando, what fat do you recommend for me to eat as a diabetic? And I scratch my head and I'm like, oh, but you know what, I've not done your genetic test. Because different types of people, like I respond to saturated fat, which is coconut oil and butter and ghee, but I'm allergic to butter and ghee. So kind of after doing all the testing, I know that I can use coconut oil. I had another client yesterday, coconut oil saturated fat was not good, but MUFA was good, which is olive oil, avocado oil, groundnut oil. So you see, we are even bio-individual when it comes to our sugar levels. So be cautious about adding fat just because I'm saying it in the video. So work with a medical nutritionist to get your fat levels controlled at the right level. Final point, this is common sense. Limit added sugars. And this is vital for maintaining stable blood sugar levels. I remember when I put the CGM on, I had seen that my cup of coffee with 1 teaspoon of sugar in it showed me a spike to 156 to 170 level. Then I had a cup of coffee without sugar in it and my level was at 110. Then I did decaf coffee and my level was at 135, 140. And then I did a little bit of research. Apparently caffeine also lowers sugar level, but decaffeinated increases sugar level. So it's very, very interesting that the bio-individuality was there. So by telling my clients, avoid beverages, avoid sweets, avoid processed food, this is common sense. The problem is, does your tongue have common sense? I don't think so. The tongue doesn't have a brain. Your brain has brain cells which make executive decision, but guess what? Your tongue is a slave to sugar, salt, and umami flavor. And a lot of these processed manufacturers add more amount of sugar. I'll give you an example. If I come to your house and I ask you for a glass of lassi, oh, Ryan Fernando's come, I'll give him 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay. Your friend comes, you'll give him 2 teaspoons of sugar. Do you know commercial lassis have 6 teaspoons of sugar in them? So understand, it tastes good. Packaged food tastes good. Products in the market taste good. All of these juices and beverages taste good because they're adding sugar in it which you don't need. So this is one thing that I need you to understand. Your taste bud is a slave to sugar, and trust me, even your brain cannot overcome it. It has to be intentional, it has to be counseled, it has to be driven, and unfortunately for a lot of people, it only happens, change only happens when you get the disease and then you're panicking. And by the way, at the beginning of the video, I said 57% of the people go undiagnosed. If you have not done a blood test, if you're not done a fasting glucose blood test, then you can look at the link below in the descriptor, and a list for blood tests can be got from my website. Please do your blood test if you've never done. You know what? I found 16 and 18-year-old with pre-diabetic levels, that is their HbA1c levels at 5.7, 5.9, 6.1, 6.2. And parents are shocked at this, and they're like, but the kid's eating candy and sweets and chocolates all the time. And when you go out to eat fast foods and cheaper fast foods with high carbohydrate content, right from dosas to pizzas to burgers to idlis, are all simple glycemic index high carbohydrate foods, causing the sugar diabetic pandemic of India. So minimizing consumption of high sugar is what I am trying to convince you, because this will prevent the daily spikes that happen on months, days, weeks, years, which then ultimately result in you getting blood sugar. So what's the solution? People say, can I do sweetness via fruits? Yes, you can. Can I do a natural sweetener like stevia, monk fruit? Yes, you can. But should I do like the chemical sweeteners? The answer is no. So whenever foods have asulfamane, sucralose, aspartame, 100 years from now or 20 years from now, I don't know when, they want to come back and say that these sweeteners are not good. And even stevia and monk fruit, we don't have enough of research on daily exposure of it. So once in a way, twice, thrice, 4 times a month is okay. But every day we don't know how your microbiome, which is the gut bacteria, how does it react to sweeteners. So stick to what was found in nature, which is honey and fruits, as your sweet therapy. I'm really happy you watched this far. You know what? A lot of people don't watch this far. So here are my tips to you to help you out with managing diabetes or high sugar levels. Leafy greens. Get vegetable juices with spinach, kale and other greens, because they're so low in carbs. You can make a juice of it, it'll fill up your stomach, you get more antioxidants and make you glow. And that's one starting point. Second is fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, high in omega-3, improve your diabetic levels. My favorites are nuts and seeds. You can manage your diabetic levels. You can eat almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pine nuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. These all provide healthy fats and fiber, and they fill up your stomach, so you're not going towards processed foods. And in the legume family, all your beans, lentils, chickpeas, they're all high in fiber. They have some amount of protein, and the carbohydrate is the complex carbohydrate. It's a thumbs up. So here's an interesting one. Cinnamon, and this is my secret, okay? So if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching this far. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and I'll send you some cinnamon from my end, all right? Now, why cinnamon? Dalchini is known to have a bioactive compound called cinnamonaldehyde. Now, cinnamonaldehyde goes in and captures sugar and boosts the insulin to be more effective. It's kind of like saying, giving intelligence to your insulin to work a little better and giving more lati to your sugar to enter into the cells of the body rather than roaming around in the bloodstream. So lowered blood sugar levels with cinnamon. Now, how much? I did an experiment. I put a CGM, I drank orange juice, got 190, then I added quarter teaspoon of cinnamon to the orange juice and my blood sugar level went up to 140 only. So 190, 140, there is a world of a difference. Now, I'm saying that you can add cinnamon in your diet regularly. There was a research paper which said it reduces abdominal obesity by 4%, but that was 4.5 grams of cinnamon a day. Now, if you take 4.5 grams cinnamon a day, which I did, I got severe acidity and I think my stomach got affected and I got a mouth ulcer. So caution, caution, caution. Please consult your doctor. Please consult your medical nutritionist for any advice, anywhere that I give you, please consult a medical expert because you are bio-individual. Anything you decide to do, what Ryan Fernando or the Qua Nutrition team gives out to you is common knowledge available off the internet in scientific research papers and by medical experts. But when we apply this to you, maybe cinnamon might not work for you, so maybe you just want to do a pinch of cinnamon. The next guy is also very interesting, and your dadima and my dadima and everyone's dadima has given it to them. No, it's not almonds, it's turmeric. Now, turmeric contains something known as curcumin. It has anti-inflammatory and blood sugar lowering properties. So I actually tell my clients, drink a turmeric latte. Have a pepper rasam soup with turmeric in it. When you're having your night haldi doodh, turmeric doodh, that is good. In fact, I make my chamomile tea with a pinch of turmeric because I want a little bit of curcumin. You don't need to take a supplement in this part of the world because we have enough of haldi in all our meals. So, if you're making an omelette in the morning, sprinkle a little bit of haldi on it. If you're having avocado on toast, have a little bit of curcumin on it. If you're having some noodles, make sure that your tastemaker contains some pinch of haldi in it. That's a way where turmeric can have its anti-cancer and blood sugar lowering effects. Don't take too much of turmeric, it's a blood thinner and can affect your digestive health. Now the other one, you know garlic to be famous. Do you know that garlic can also ward off and improve your glucose and lower the sugar levels? So garlic is one of those compounds that's anti-aging as well as helping in sugar control. Now you can put all of these together. Don't do any of these foods in excesses, but do them in moderation. Like how I need you to do your diet in moderation, maybe you want a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor to manage your levels. But in addition to this, I would like you to do some lifestyle changes also. In my counseling room, I always tell my people, physical activity, 150 minutes per week, which is roughly about 30 minutes a day for a 5-day-a-week workout. Walking, in my opinion, is one of the best 7 days a week. I also want you to include both aerobic exercises, which is like walking, but I also want you to include strength training because strength training builds muscle, and when you do strength training, insulin resistance comes down, which means your insulin sensitivity improves, which means your sugar management gets good. Then I can't talk about weight. Weight. Not weight as in weight, but vajan. Everybody in India has a higher BMI nowadays. We're eating too much and moving lesser. I want you to have a BMI of no more than 21. This is the perfect BMI. If your BMI is 33, boss, you need to wake up. If your BMI is 24, boss, you need to wake up. If your BMI is 22, you still need to wake up because ultimately as you grow older, you only get heavier. Anyone watching this video, what was your weight 10 years ago? Was it lesser? Yes, it was. What is your weight today? Is it 5 kgs heavier? Yeah, it is 5 kgs heavier. And what's your weight going to be 10 years later? Oh sir, I got diabetes in my 50s. Why? Because you got this extra weight. In addition to the weight, as we get older, we have more responsibilities, we get stressed. So I need you to practice stress reducing techniques. My personal favorite, and I do it because I run multiple businesses, I do counseling all the time, I make all of these videos, shoot this, go there, speak here, do this. Oh man, so much of stress. I got to do yoga. I do yoga. After this video, I'm getting into a deep breathing session with my yoga and meditation guru for 30 minutes to lower my stress levels. Simple tip to lower your stress levels, do 4 shallow breaths. And 1 long breath. And sigh. This is what is taught to me by my yoga guy. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reduces stress. If you reduce your stress, you don't have constant sugar spikes when you eat. So lowering your stress is really good. But now the final point I'm coming to is adequate sleep. I have found that I've been successful with every superstar and athlete. And why? I found out their kryptonite. I found out their Achilles heel. I found out their panvati. The panvati is this. They are not getting more than 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I need people to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Last night I slept 7 hours 40 minutes. In this entire month, I can tell you exactly how much sleep I got. You know what's my target? 30 into 8 hours per day. 240 hours of sleep per month is my target. And many a times I get only 200 hours. And that's where our disease starts. Sleep is a non-negotiable component of your life. The more you get of sleep, the more accurate your sleep, trust me, your DNA is better, your hormonal diseases are not there, your aging is lesser, and therefore I need to tell you that sleep in my book is the new diet. Now, final point, I need you to do regular monitoring if you come from a family history of diabetes or have already tracked your blood sugar and it's higher. You look at your blood sugar levels post-prandial, that's after meal, HbA1c, look at your blood pressure, look at all your cholesterol, and I need you to pay attention to this bonus tip. The bonus tip is that your diabetes is what is causing your heart attacks. You see, in LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, there is a protein called D100. D100 protects LDL and makes this Sida Sada bad cholesterol behave itself in the blood. But the moment you start having higher sugar level, this sugar goes and slaps D100 protein and tells them, bye, don't give any protection to LDL cholesterol. I want to go and punch LDL cholesterol and make it sticky. So that is how your LDL cholesterol becomes sticky and forms plaque. So the culprit is high blood sugar levels, slapping D100, causing your cholesterol to misbehave, and that misbehavior might suddenly cause you to have a heart attack. You see, you don't die from high blood sugar level. You die from related conditions where sugar is the culprit, which is why I can't emphasize how important is it for you not to get high sugar in your life. Get high on life, don't get high on sugar. Thank you for watching the video thus far. Final tip, and I hope you watched this far and I hope I've given you value. And if I have given you some value, please click on the subscribe link. Please comment below that you loved my video. It motivates me to come back and make long videos like this. And hopefully, if you can't come into my counseling room, I'm able to reach you in your living room with this video. Now, there's another secret. How you eat in serial order your food in a meal is so important. It's called the timing inside the meal. And I say that first you have your fiber. So, I come from Goa, and my father is Tamilian and my mother is Goan, and we have the Portuguese culture in Goa where we actually first have a piece of vegetable like a salad, then we do a soup, and then we have a meal. And I never understood that. But when I read The Glucose Goddess and she talked about it as a biochemist, I'm a biochemist, she's a biochemist, I'm like, damn, we've been doing this for centuries. First we ate fiber. So first have your salad or your soup, lots of fiber. Then do your protein, which is your dals, your paneer, your non-veg. Then do your carbohydrates, which is your rice or roti. And leave your dessert for last. And this is my solution. After you finish your dinner or your lunch, go for a 10-minute walk. As soon as you come back from a walk, have your dessert. Don't sit down. Get on the phone and call your loved one while you're having that dessert. I found this out by putting the CGM on my shoulder, and then I found out that, hey, this is a great way for me to control a sugar spike not going too high. If you've enjoyed this video, share this video with them or get in touch with us, and we will get in touch with your loved one to help them manage their health better by just teaching them that the taste buds are not boss, but the thought process is the boss.